Naomi Yeager, and I have completed a manuscript, and it's about a little girl who grows up in southwestern Minnesota during the 1930s. And right now I've been in contact with a publisher. Yeah, so thank you. And her name is Jeanette, and she has 4 siblings. And this publisher, I've always been calling it creative nonfiction, but now this publisher I talked to yesterday said I can call it historical fiction. But it is true. Okay. And the family's last name is Meinhardt. The Meinhardt children often rode the train to South Dakota to visit their Grandma Fairley or visit Uncle Paul and Aunt Sybil in Mitchell, especially in the summer. As a benefit of Russell's job, he was their dad, his family was allowed to ride the train on a special pass. Sometimes the 5 children rode without their mom and dad. The conductors would look at the pass and then ask about their dad. They all knew him. One time, on a trip to visit relatives in South Dakota, all 5 children sat on the train, and neither of the parents was with them. Gordon was 12 and entrusted with watching his brothers and sisters. Salesmen regularly traveled the trains in those days. Jeanette noticed a man sitting behind them in the passenger car. He wore a white shirt, tie, dress pants, and a suit jacket. The man also had a briefcase. The salesman said he was going to get off at the town right before their stop. Before getting off the train, he offered the children his candy. He held out a brown paper bag in the way that the kids could see inside. That guy had chocolate stars, and they looked wonderful. Jeanette thought as she peeked into the small brown bag, candy was a special treat. Russell made enough money with his railroad job to buy candy for the children, but he and Winifred rarely did. Winifred purchased their groceries on credit, and Russell paid the bills in person once a month. So when Russell walked uptown to pay the bill, the grocery store owner gave him a little brown sack of candy for the children. Inside the brown sack was hard candy, not chocolate stars. Jeanette looked at her big brother Gordon. Winifred had warned the siblings not to take candy from strangers. As the man offered his chocolate stars, the kids all looked at Gordon. He thought about that warning, but he took the candy anyway. Jeanette and George, just a minute, Gordon swallowed. Then he licked his thumb, bent, and wiped chocolate away from the corner of George's mouth. He looked at George and gave him a smile and the okay sign. Jeanette figured if her big brother could eat the candy, she could do too. So all the children, Gordon, Jimmy, Helen, Jeanette, and George, ate the chocolate stars. Gordon made sure Jimmy and Helen had no traces of chocolate on their faces before they reached their destination. No one told the adults.